Hi, my name is Alison Cain. I am the Talent Acquisition Manager for Bay Alarm Company. Bay Alarm is a new sponsor for the Sales Leadership Center at CSU Fullerton. We are very excited to launch this partnership and work with students who are interested in pursuing a sales career after they graduate. For those of you who don't know who Bay Alarm is or have only seen our signs on buildings and businesses, we are a security system provider. So we monitor alarm systems, fire systems, cameras, access control. We do everything on the security spectrum for businesses and residential, and we are the nation's largest independently owned alarm company in the country, and we have been around for 75 years. I would say every day changes. You're not going to get into the same old routine of day in and day out. A lot of the time that you spend your day is meeting with customers, going out to job sites, seeing what they're looking to protect, what they're trying to secure in their business, what their needs are, and really working with them to develop a relationship and to make sure that we can provide the best support and customer service to protect what they're looking to protect for their business or their home. So a lot of customer relationships. They aren't. They are across the board. We have a lot of business majors, a lot of marketing, economics. I've seen many different majors across my desk on resumes. So it really just takes that personality for someone who wants to be outgoing, be out and about, work with others, and be a problem solver. Someone who looks to find the best solutions out there for our customers. So it can be anybody with any type of background, all majors. Gosh, we have some great opportunities for students, especially if they're interested in the sales route through Bay Alarm. It's actually how I started as a college recruit 8 years ago. I just graduated from a CSU Sacramento, and I was looking to get my foot in the door. Never thought it would be with an alarm company and selling alarm systems, but 8 years later, I'm very glad I made that decision. We have an incredible growth and upward mobility plan for sales reps. When they start in, we have a mentorship program. So when they start, they work with a senior sales representative to really learn it, the day in and day out, and they have that support there too. So we have a very well-run training program. It's through our Bay University. So they actually go through a full training curriculum and a mentorship program to then start and then develop business. So it's not your first day, you're out cold calling and pounding the pavement and knocking on doors. We really kind of bring you in to go out and meet with others with another sales rep so that you are mentored through that whole journey of becoming a sales rep. I look for a go-getter. I love meeting students early on, whether they're a sophomore or a junior and they just have some spark of interest in sales. Getting that student involved with some of our events and opportunities on campus and meeting with some of our team members and alumni who were in their shoes is a great way to start. So to reach out to us and see what type of opportunity and have those early discussions to make sure it's not only a good fit for the student, but for us as well. I do. For a lot of companies, such as Bay Alarm, we really look for students who have already taken some classes, doing some personal selling, any type of interest that they've developed on sales and wanting to pursue that in a career. For us to focus and to kind of hone in, CSU Fullerton's a huge campus, so for us to work directly with the Sales Leadership Center, it's really the top talent that we're seeing at CSU Fullerton for sales students. So if you aren't involved in this program, I highly recommend it because this is where employers are looking for their top talent coming out of school. We love that. Bay Alarm, we've been a judge at some of the sales competitions at other CSUs, and the name, you can build your name that way. It's definitely something that we see on resumes that really highlights doing those things outside of the classroom as well. So going after sales competitions and events like those are very impressive to see. Oh, no, not at all. Even just throwing yourself out there and putting yourself into a competition just shows that you're taking that initiative to try to get out there, to do some type of role play, some interaction, case studies. anything like that is definitely, we see it as a student going above and beyond whether or not they won or not. And hopefully, if they didn't win, they took away some of those valuable lessons on how to make that close or how to present that sale differently. So it's great experience to have, and I love that CSU Fullerton offers that to their students. I would say to really engage with some of our representatives who will be working on campus, meeting us, applying, doing some research. Who is Bay Alarm? We're not just in the Bay Area, we're actually across all of California. We have an office all the way in Washington, in Arizona. So we're kind of this West Coast powerhouse right now. We have 17 locations. So students who do their research know who we are, what we're about. So doing the research and being initiative and reaching out is a great way to engage with us early on. We have a lot of students that we meet from CSUs across California, and would love to make some great hires from CSU Fullerton. So getting in the door with us early on is a great opportunity. We do, especially after a sales competition. We'll go in and check, some of the contenders who are in the competition. We'll try to connect with them. What's really impressive is when a student connects with us on LinkedIn and we met you at a career fair. Oh, we saw you in this competition. So I think that's a great tool that can be definitely elevated for a student's impact on an organization. It definitely stands out, and having your LinkedIn page with a photo. So maybe we saw you but didn't catch your last name, or maybe we saw you, so having a photo, it doesn't have to be a professional headshot. Just having a picture up there is great. If you have a headshot, even better, but we as employers know you may not have that opportunity just yet. So having a description, having your resume attached to your LinkedIn is great. Oftentimes we can download a PDF version of your resume, which has your contact info. So it's a great way for us to then follow up with you and share your achievements too with our other hiring managers. I wouldn't recommend that. I think LinkedIn should be how you showcase yourself as a potential employee, as a top talent, as a candidate. Really emphasizing kind of your focuses on what you look for. If you're resharing things, be cautious of what you're resharing. I think having just kind of a presence on LinkedIn is huge. And then having some posts and just building out your endorsements are great. Getting recommendations from previous employers, you can put those on your LinkedIn page as well, and those mean a lot to us. Pretty straightforward interview process, I would say. So let's just say we meet you at a job fair and you follow up with us and ask us what are next steps. From then we'd like to find out where you're interested in working. We have 17 locations, as I mentioned. So if you are a transplant from a certain area and you want to move back home to San Diego, let us know early on, because what we would do in that application process is the next step would be for us to have we have a sales recruiter. Her name is Brittany. She's fantastic. She would meet with you. She would go over all of the requirements, the qualifications, get you really prepped and ready, and meet with a hiring manager from that location you may be interested in. So if it is San Diego or Ontario or LA or Santa Clara, Arizona, anywhere you want to be, what we would do is then really kind of introduce you to that location so you can get a really good feel for that branch and their culture and meet their sales manager. A lot of our sales management team are alumni from different CSUs across the board. So even pairing you with another alumni during that early conversation interview process would be great. We really do want to make sure it's a good fit for you. As well as a good fit for us. So you may meet a few different hiring managers, but really straight to the point. After that, we'd most likely want to, COVID was tough this last year, but ideally we'd want to invite you to a branch, preferably one that you'd like to work out of, and we'd pair you and we would do what we call a realistic job preview. So a ride along, a day in the life. So you can actually spend the day with our team, go out with a sales representative. We'll take you to lunch and make sure that it's a good fit. You get to see kind of the day in the life of what our sales reps do. So I think that's a great opportunity. It's a real life setting. And then from there, we typically move to offer for an offer. And we do make offers early in going into the spring semester if you are graduating in May. So we try to lock in our talent early on and make sure that, the commitment is there, and we can then prep and get ready for you to come on board. I think maybe because it's how I started. It definitely ventured into recruiting and HR and could have gone into marketing or management. I just think it's a great starting point in a career. Whether or not you're unsure of what you want to do right away, it gives you those building blocks to say, all right, here's how you conduct a lunch and learn meeting. Here's a business proposal. Here's how you interact with customers. Here's how you interact with your internal team and management. So it's just got a great foundation behind it, especially for our company. I've seen a lot of sales representatives through, the 8 years I've been doing this, promote into different roles, into large commercial territories, corporate accounts representatives, sales managers, branch managers. I mean, it's just, for us, it's a great starting point into the organization on where they can go. And the training behind it through our Bay University is what makes the difference in joining Bay Alarm. It's a tough time to be looking. So of course I can empathize with students coming out of a year of COVID and the pandemic. So I'm sure if they're the type of student who misses that face-to-face, that interpersonal, and want to be out, I think this is a great opportunity for them to engage and see what next steps they can do to come visit our branch, come meet with us, talk to us. Like I said, early is huge because a lot of companies are, looking at talent early on and making those, spaces and training structures and schedules and everything. So it's a huge investment for us to bring on a new hire. We don't hire hundreds and hundreds. I'd say we hire about 15 per college season, and that's throughout the whole state of California. So it's really, we look for those elite students who want to mesh with our culture. That's huge. You can have the best looking resume, but if you don't fit our culture and you're not someone who we'd want to go to lunch with and just work with our teams directly, I think it's probably not a good fit. But for someone who really is looking for that family-owned company, a lot of closest friends are at Bay Alarm, and it's just a very tight-knit group. So if that's important to somebody, I think it's a great opportunity to value a culture similar to ours.